What's up, guys? Welcome to Ron FFB. I am Ron. I'm going to give you guys some quick running back sleepers that you can draft. Maybe you're sitting in the 12th or 13th round. Your pick is coming up. You're scattered. You don't know what to do. You're looking for some names. I got some for you guys. What I did is I essentially went to the NFC ADP, which is essentially this high stakes fantasy football league, and it's basically comprised of a bunch of experts. And it takes the ADP in the way that they draft, which means there's a lot of money on the line. These are the experts. These are supposedly the best dudes in the industry. We took their ADP and we compared it to the ADP of your typical home league. So like, Sleeper, ESPN, Yahoo, all of that put together. And then it poops us out a ADP that we can then compare it against. And then we can see kind of like which names of players are being undervalued by us, like normal, your layman type people, versus who the experts are taking. So let's hop into the list. And I already highlighted a couple names of dudes that I'm excited about, as well as who are pretty valuable in terms of the value versus the ADP in those high stakes leagues. So first name on the list is going to be Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving's pretty self-explanatory. He is the running back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he's going to be the number 2 guy on the depth chart behind Rachaad White. So Rachaad White, I know a lot of people are very high on him. Vegas is actually high on his output for the season. So this isn't necessarily a strike on White. It's just as a runner, as a pure running back, he's not very good. He scored 68 according to PFF's offensive grade. That's just their total. They like benchmark the players when it comes to like catching, pass blocking, running, just a bunch of different metrics. And he only scored a 68. He scored, I think, like even worse in his rookie season. So if he were to go down, Bucky Irving would supplant him instantly and just be pretty much take on all the volume that he would get. So that's a dude that really stood out to me. And he's going currently 47 spots after. So it's a plus 47. He's one of the more valuable players on this NFC comparison. Next name, AJ Dillon, pretty self-explanatory. He's going to be working behind Josh Jacobs for the Packers. If Josh Jacobs were to go down, AJ Dillon would probably share the backfield. He wouldn't be like a 100% player, but he'd just share the backfield with Lloyd. So that's a name that you should look out for. He's also going 45 spots ahead. So this list is in descending order in terms of how much value they are. So basically the way that I would approach this list is just the later the round, the more these dudes are valuable, right? So for example, Khalil Herbert way at the bottom, he's only going 2 spots ahead in expert drafts, which means he's pretty much at the same value that, we would find him in our layman league. So next name on the list is going to be Justice Hill. Very easy thesis for Justice Hill. He's the backup to Derrick Henry in Baltimore. Derrick Henry's 31 years old, and which makes him a high upside handcuff as well as some standalone values, potentially like a PPR in a pinch type start in like your flex. Harbaugh already said as much that Justice Hill's going to be getting a lot of work, and then he earned his spot. He's a starting caliber running back, all that kind of stuff. And 42 spots ahead. Next guy is Braelon Allen, New York Jets, number 2 running back behind Breece Hall. Pretty clear thesis here. Very strong offense. He's a clear backup to Breece. Breece did get injured already once in his career. You never bank on injuries, but if he were to go down, obviously Braelon would step in. He's a very exciting, dynamic, young running back, and he's going 39 spots ahead in these expert drafts. Next guys on the list, I don't really have any notes for them. Roschon Johnson for Chicago. He could be the number 2 or number 3 guy in Chicago. We don't really know because of Khalil Herbert's role. Dameon Pierce also should be like the number 2 guy in Houston, but he might get shipped off and traded. Tank Bigsby, they say he looks better and that he's improved this season. He's the backup for Travis Etienne. All these guys make for pretty nice handcuffs, especially if you own the guys that are ahead of them. Kimani Vidal, this one's a little interesting to me. I mean, he's going 30 spots ahead in expert drafts, but he's going to pretty much need like a few things to happen for him to pop off, right? He's going to need like one of Dobbins or Gus Edwards to get injured, or for them to be bad. Both can also happen, right? I don't think he'll ever have like the backfield fully to himself unless both guys get injured. I think they're going to use like a committee approach all season. So he'd just take the place of the dude in the committee who were to get injured. He could have some standalone value, but we just don't know. It's just a lotto ticket at that point. Next guy on the list is Ray Davis. This guy I really like. I highlighted him. So he looked electric in the preseason. He went 8 carries for 51 yards, looked really good. Burst out of a cannon, hit the hole. He had made some guys miss on a couple of occasions. And I know it's backups and stuff, but people are trying to tackle you at full speed. If you're able to make them miss, I think that's think that's worth something, right? So he has some potential standalone value. Plus, he's an incredible handcuff if Cook were to go down. Cook is undersized. I do think Ray Davis has the highest chance on this list of a dude to poach a lot of touchdowns from the starter. So Ray Davis is a dude that I really like as a late target. Jaylen Wright, kind of a very similar profile. He's insanely fast, insanely explosive, very dynamic, but he is stuck behind Mostert and Achane. So yeah, if he's going to need some things to happen for him to really see the field, luckily for him, Mostert's 31 years old. I know he doesn't have too many carries in his career. He's been injured a lot of the time, but if he were to get injured, it'd be the Jaylen Wright and Achane show, and I think Jaylen Wright could really impress and really match what Mostert was able to do last season from a touchdown point of view. I really do believe that. I think Jaylen Wright's one of the most high upside handcuff / lotto tickets that you can probably buy in fantasy. Next guy is Ty Chandler, self-explanatory. He's going to be the backup for Aaron Jones, who is also old. I probably should have actually highlighted Ty Chandler as well. It's just Aaron Jones is old. He's coming off of an injury. He didn't look quite as explosive or dynamic with Green Bay. He's on a new team. Like, a lot of red flags to why Aaron Jones is a risky player. And I think Ty Chandler also proved he's actually a pretty solid backup last season. Next guy is Elijah Mitchell. Clear thesis, he's the backup to Christian McCaffrey. However, I will supplement this by saying that, what's his name? Jordan Mason also looked really good in preseason, and there's reports that Jordan Mason might actually be the number 2 guy, or at least he's competing heavily for that number 2 spot. Next guy on the list is Tyrone Tracy. Tyrone Tracy is the New York Giants backup. Eric Gray, the other running back on the depth chart, was horrific in his rookie season, did not look very good at all. Tyrone Tracy, they bring him in. He used to be a wide receiver in college for 3 years. He had a very long college career, which is a little problematic, but he's dynamic. He's exciting. He played wide receiver at one point in his career. And I think the biggest factor, the biggest thing that weighs on why Tyrone Tracy is a solid backup is that Singletary isn't really a household name. I know that the Giants staff really liked him and went after him to bring him onto the roster, but I would not consider Singletary being a dude who I can imagine would be his job is fully safe. So Khalil Herbert's the last guy on the list. Khalil Herbert's a really great running back, to be honest. He scores really well in PFF by all rushing metrics and advanced stats. Khalil Herbert's actually a really good running back. So, if something were to happen to Swift, Khalil Herbert would instantly have, top 15 upside value. So those are the names, guys. I hope you liked this video. I hope it was helpful. If it was helpful, please give me a sub, give me a like. Let me know if I missed any guys. As I mentioned, these are dudes that experts are taking, and this is how many spots ahead of us normal, bald, fat idiots, right? It's how ahead they're taking them than us. So if you guys did like the video, as I mentioned, give me a like, give me a sub. I have a free cheat sheet that you guys can find at the top of the description on this YouTube video. It's my top 100 players. If you need something like that for your draft, you can see how I rank players compared to ADP. You can see I highlight dudes that I like, dudes that I don't like. I give a couple notes for the guys that concern me or guys that I really like. So maybe you guys like my thought process on some of that. If you do, then good luck. Good luck on your drafts, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.